Welcome back to Access Anime. My name is Henshin Ikeda, and today I'll be doing a walkthrough and review of Fairy Tail episode 167. Now, if you remember from last episode, we get to see Natsuo fight Master Gemma one-on-one. Now, if Master Gemma loses, he gets thrown out of his own guild. Come on, what's not to like about that? This fight was all Natsuo, hands down. Now, at the last moment, Minerva, which is Master Gemma's daughter, jumps in and saves her father. What a weakling. Master Gemma was saved by his own daughter. Now, Minerva actually has Happy, and he's all tied up, and Natsuo does stop. He throws in the towel, and he goes, he takes Happy, and he walks out. He throws in the towel, says, okay, I don't want anything to happen to Happy, but, give him here, and I'll leave. So we do see Natsuo and Happy, they're leaving, Sabretooth's Inn in general. Natsuo, he turns around. This is what he says to Sabretooth, the whole guild. This isn't done. This isn't done by a long shot. This is not how you treat guild members. This is not how you treat your family. To him, to Natsuo, guild members are family. So we're taken to a little scene where we see Rogue, and he's like, so this is what it means to be in a guild from Natsuo's perspective. He's a little stunned, but he likes what Natsuo had to say. Now, as for Sting, he is shocked. No, he is even more stunned than Rogue. In fact, he's like, this is Natsuo's real power? Where the hell have I been? What? I thought, I was stronger. For a third generation Dragon Slayer, you got nothing on Natsuo, man. You got nothing. That's all I can say about that. But again, Natsuo and Happy do leave. So we're taken to a different scene. Now it is the third day of the Grand Magic Games, and we're taken to the competition part. Now we're introduced to a new judge. Now he's a guest judge. His name is Liar. He's from the Magic Council, and we've seen him before. Now if you remember correctly, wherever Liar's at, Dornbolt is not that far behind, and guess what? Dornbolt is also at the Grand Magic Games, and he's a spectator. Just putting that out there. So we're taken to a different scene toward the end of the episode. So the name of the competition, Pandemonium. I love the name. I love the rules. They're not too complicated, but Urza's the first one up from Fairy Tail Team A. I love it. They bring out their ace in their sleeves right away. So we see Urza, and she challenges all 100 monsters. What? Wow, I love Urza. You have balls. That's all I can say. But again, that's where the episode ends, and I'll hold my final thoughts and rating at the end of the clip, so stay tuned. But let's dive right on in. So we open up this episode with Urza, and she's challenging all 100 monsters in Pandemonium. Now, she enters Pandemonium, and her first attack she pulls out is Heaven's Wheel, Blumblat. I love it. I love every part of it. And yes, she's re-equipping her armor left and right, and I like seeing her armor. She's got impressive armor, plain and simple. Now, she does take out most of the D-ranked monsters in general, and we see her kicking ass. Literally, she's kicking ass, and I love it. Urza for the win, that's all I can say. Now, eventually, she does defeat all 99 monsters, and now it's the final match. Urza versus the S-ranked monster. Now, apparently, we already see this S-ranked monster prior to Pandemonium. He's that little eyeball that's all fuzzy, so during Pandemonium in general, although he wasn't part of the fights, he was just watching in the dark, I guess. The little eyeball guy. We don't really know what his real name is because he's just an S-ranked monster, so I guess he's really not that important. But again, it's a little eyeball that was the S-ranked monster. And yet Urza wasn't shocked. In fact, she's like, you know what? You may be small, but I'm ready for you. So she's getting all powered up. And apparently this S-ranked monster is now the triple powerful, since he's the last monster and he's the S-ranked monster, so he's badass strong. And he transformed into a demon-like armor that's like a demon. I was like, well, the armor really wasn't that impressive, but he transformed from an eyeball to this huge-ass monster. Bring it on. We see Urza kick his ass. Urza for the win. Urza actually does defeat this S-ranked monster, and she kills all 100 monsters. They're done. They've been eliminated. So we're taken to a different scene, and guess what? Fairy Tail Team A for the effing win, because guess what? They got 10 points on the board. They came in first place, they got 10 points. That's Fairy Tail Team A for you. Urza for the win. However, the competition is not done. I was like, wait, what? Competition not done? Wait. Urza just won. Yeah, it's not done, because there wasn't a second place, third place. I mean, that would mean everyone's tied for last place if she took out all the monsters. So there's a catch. There's a second part of the competition. Now, I was kind of like, what? This didn't make any sense. Okay, you ready for this? It's called the MPF, the Magic Power Finder. Apparently, each wizard's going to use all their power and hit this little magical device to, I guess, counter their spell. If that makes any sense, it's going to... Well, it's called the Magic Power Finder, so it's going to find what the power level is of each wizard. So that kind of makes sense. And the one with the highest amount of power is your second place, and so on and so forth, third, fourth place, and what have you. It's like, okay, so the MPF, can't wait to see what's going to happen. So Milena, you're the first up. Because, Urza, she won, she's already done. She doesn't have to compete with this little competition, she's finished. Milena, you're up. I'm like, okay. So we have Milena from Mermaid Heel, she's up. She drops her robe, and she's wearing a sexy outfit. I love every single aspect of it. I'm like, wow. I was smiling like, holy shit. Wow, Milena for the win when it comes to what you want to dress up in. Now again, she actually attacks the MPF and she scores a score of 365. I was like, okay, but we have no idea what that means because no one else has a score up there, so we don't really have anything to match that score up with. Like, is it good? Is it bad? So we do see Lior, which is part of the judges, and he is that guest judge, basically tell Milena that's a really good score to start out with. If you were to join the Magic Council, you'd be considered a captain. I'm like, really? So I guess it's a decent score. So, she's being cheered by the crowd. Now we see Quattro Puppy, and Noville's up. He scores 124, not so impressive in my opinion. And Hayaka's up from Blue Pegasus. He scores a 95. I think even the girls were kind of upset when he scored 95. I mean, really? Well, I mean, he's a genius. He's not a fighter technically, so 95 is to be expected. Now we see Obra from Raventail. Now, Obra, all I can say is, Obra, you're supposed to be a badass guy because you're from Raventail. We saw you cheat when Lucy was actually fighting, so you were expecting some badass number. He scores a 4, so you can tell Obra from Raventail is suppressing his power so he doesn't get noticed. And Flair does notice, she is pissed off. But then again, Obra has his reasons. He has to keep his power hidden for his own personal reasons, of course. So Obra from Raventail scores a 4. Sorry, I'm hanging on that. I'm like, just still a 4? Yeah, so we're taking to a different scene with Orgra. Orgra from Sabretooth scores 3,825. And then he starts singing. Dude, get the hell out of here. Don't sing. Oh, you're scaring the little kids. So we're taking to a different scene with Jure. And Jure, he's one of the Saints. He's one of those really strong wizards, one of the 10 strongest from Lemme scale. And guess what? 8,544? You shitting me? Are you kidding me? Holy shit, man. Well, they don't call you, like, one of the strongest for nothing. I mean, yeah, you're definitely up there power-wise, and he sets a new record. However, we're not done. We've got Kana. Now, Kana's up, and she's from Fairy Tail Team B. Now, she's drunk off her ass. No one's expecting anything from her. And guess what? She uses Fairy Glitter. That's right, Fairy Glitter, and scores 9999. Breaks the whole MPF system, so the counter's broken, so the number's probably higher than 9999, and she wins. We don't know how many points she scored for Fairy Tail Team B, but she came in second place to Urza. So Fairy Tail Team A and Fairy Tail Team B for the effing win. Now of course we are taken to a different scene toward the end of the episode with Raventail, and apparently Raventail got a list of the upcoming matches. And you're wondering, who's feeding Raventail all this information about the matches? They get a little piece of paper, and now they have the update on who's going to be fighting in the matches before it even starts. We don't even know. As the audience, we don't even know. But again, that's where the episode ends. As for my final thoughts, okay, Raventail, who's telling you all this information? Who's your little mole? Who's the mole? Is it the pumpkin guy? Is it the captain of the guards? Is it someone else? Seraph, maybe? We don't know, but it is bothering me. Moving on past that, Urza and Kana. Seriously. I was like, for the effing win. I was impressed. Now, although Urza's kind of out, she's recuperating. I wonder if she's going to compete in the matchups. I mean, maybe not. I mean, she's kind of out of it. Kana, you're drunk. I don't know if you even remember winning, but, more power to you. You made your dad proud. If he even catches wind of this, of course. But moving on past that, as for the matchups, we don't know what's going to be up next, like who's going to be fighting. Okay, manga-wise, of course we do know, but anime-wise, we have no idea. I mean, is Kana going to be fighting in the matchups? Probably not. Is Laxus going to be fighting in the matchup? I hope so. I want to see him. Now, I think that ends it for my final thoughts. I'm not going to push it too much. I had one more. Can I throw in one more? Thumbs up? Okay, thumbs up. Okay, great. One more final thought. Xerath, if you have anything to do with the Grand Magic games, where are you and who are you controlling? Who's working with you? We still don't know. But again, that ends it for my final thoughts as per my rating. Give me a second. Okay, don't give me a second. Give me a half a second. Okay, it's up. 4 out of 5. Sorry, that dramatic effect. I was waiting. I was like, 4 out of 5. Because you know what? Urza, she's badass. Kana, you're badass. I hope I'm pronouncing her name right. I call her Kana. It's probably called Kana. I don't know, just how I pronounce it, because my mouth is dry, so I have to pronounce it that way. But sorry, I digress. Anyways, I'm giving this a 4 out of 5 because, you know, Urza and Kana are freaking amazing in this episode. Are you kidding me? Urza mostly. Urza definitely more over than Kana, but you know, Kana, you surprised me. Come on, you're drunk off your ass, and you still managed to wow me. Now, I should also say Natsuo for the win, technically. But, you know, that was last episode. This episode, we didn't even get to see Natsuo versus, you know, Master Gamma, because that's done with, so that's done. So, you know, fighting-wise, the fighting was definitely there. I loved it. The drama and romance, yeah, there's nothing like that in this episode. As for information, no. Information, are you kidding me? Okay, the last part of this episode, we see Raventail getting the updates on the matches from some unknown source, so are you kidding me? I have to give this a 4 out of 5. I should give this a 3.5 out of 5. But because Urza was on fire mostly, and so was Kana, come on, 4 out of 5. And that ends it for my final rating, 4 out of 5. And that ends it for my walkthrough review of Fairy Tail episode 167. But definitely comment down below, let me know, thumbs up, thumbs down, definitely subscribe, check me out on Twitter, and follow me. Definitely follow me on Twitter. But definitely let me know what you thought of this episode, and let me know what you think's going to happen in the next episode that's coming out. But again, guys, that ends it for now. And I do have, yet again, one more walkthrough review to do today, so definitely stay tuned for that. Before I go, I have to say it, and I always say it. You can't stop the access, but you can watch the feed. I'll see you later, guys.